Okay, decals are on the push mower. This is a custom decal. This one was on a 71, and this back is supposed to be red, and the letters on each side are supposed to be red. So then we got that. We got the choke, run, and stop. Then we got the how to start and whatnot. Check it to stop engine and stuff like that. Which this is the original decal that has been reproduced. And let's go to the back, because Casey was just over here. Red one's getting tore down today for deck repaint. My other red one I might pull out today. We've got the front sticker on the wagon. One on each side. This has to be it's got to be washed. All my stuff needs washed before the show next weekend. And hopefully the forecast is better. We'll find out. My light in that shed decided to start working again. And then we put one on the tote box for the Sears. So there's that. So let me go over something really quick. Many of you guys were wondering, why is the truck in the shop? So, Blue is back. It seems 95% fixed. At least 95. It had a couple hiccups today. But, yeah. The computer, or not the computer, but the dash is still partially apart. The glove box is out because we had to go after the computer. So basically, let's pop the hood and show you some things. So we replaced the injector harness as one thing. I insisted on that being replaced. The O2 sensor went bad. And you can't see that, it's way down there on the pipe. The O2 sensor, when it shorted out, it was back feeding somehow. And it took out the computer. The computer couldn't tell what gear the transmission was in because of the O2 sensor. There was a lot of stuff. So, also somebody was messing with the idle, not me. Somebody had that all jacked up and out of whack. My map sensor had a vacuum leak, which the other mechanic that works there, what happened was he changed the throttle body base gasket, and I had a clamp on the back of the throttle body for to seal off the line because I didn't have the correct line on it. So, and he didn't put the clamp back on, so that made a vacuum leak, and it popped a code for a map sensor. So the mechanic put a new map sensor on it. Well, I got it back, drove it around, and it threw the code again. So I discovered there was a vacuum leak, and I fixed that. So I went to the junkyard and I pulled a vacuum line off of 4.3, snipped the end off the line, slid it into what I had, and clamped it. That fixed that vacuum leak. That's the map sensor off of a 4.3. So, I'm still gonna have him replace this other pigtail, but the other pigtail, he detected a break. I just got done putting that little wire on. It was just a mess. I couldn't figure it out. So, as he's running it, I've had the EGR blocked off for over a year. The computer was detecting spark knocks. So that affects the timing. So we had to put the EGR back on. Besides that, I had vacuum caps and they kept rotting off this port over here. So we got a new CarQuest EGR on it. Like I said, he replaced the pigtail on the map sensor with one I pulled off of a junkyard. These injector harnesses are off of a junkyard engine. I just today replaced that one wire going from the coil to the distributor, like I said. There's all kinds of stuff that's been done. He cleaned up the grounds. Everything's been gone through. He found some wires that were chafed in the harness over here. Helps if I aim the camera correctly. There's one other thing he said I should do soon, because it shocked him a couple times. Spark plug wires, which I can do. So, within the next few weeks, I'm going to be tackling other things on this that need to be done. I don't know if you guys want to see videos. It's not going to be, as people say, correct. You know, I'm going to put fenders on this. I'm going to do cab corners, rockers. I've got to fix some other things on it. The bed will be off. I got to replace the core support. I've got to order the core support mount parts for the frame, which are available from a machine shop on eBay. I like the look of these headlights. I cannot see out of them. I've tried multiple things. I cannot see, even with I've tried different bulbs. I've tried other things. So what I think I'm going to do, I've seen some other work trucks running around town, the actual work truck style with the upgrade done to it. I'm going to go with the work truck grill and the headlight buckets, and I'm going to go on eBay and get those square glass LED headlights for the truck. And yes, it'll make it look a little weird, but it'll be fine. I'm going to get the whole wiring harness for the headlights. I already figured it out. You take this nut screw out, and then this whole assembly, because I did it today at the junkyard, you can break this apart. And this right here, this one right here, the one that says 219, that's the headlight and horn and turn signals harness. This harness can come completely out of that bulkhead plug right there. So there's that. Also later this year, exhaust needs done on this. The Y pipe is extremely thin and whatnot. So many of you are going to ask, why are you putting so much money into this old truck? I've seen underneath the newer trucks. And believe me, they don't impress me. This truck is 31 years old. And the frame is a lot better condition than trucks that are like 10 years old. It's sad. So, you know, and people say, oh, buy a Ford, buy a Ford. Fords have their own problems. It's, no matter what you get nowadays, is junk. And, you know, there's going to be people that say, well, you know, if you maintain them and whatnot. The problem is, I use a truck as a truck. And it gets beat on. Also, this weather stripping was missing today. I grabbed one out of the junkyard. So, you know, it's, you get what you get. And, you know, if I maintain it, do everything correctly, I can keep it up on the road for a long time. So, you know, it's something that you have to pick and choose when you had enough and when you can stop, you know. And I already told the mechanic, I says, if I have a transmission issue or anything like that, I'm really debating on converting this truck to a manual. I can get, because they pop up from time to time, I can get a V6 5-speed work truck off of Facebook. It's not running from time to time, and I can sit there and pull the transmission out of it and everything that would be required. Because you can actually shut off the transmission in this truck. So, I know it's possible. So, you know, you got to do what you got to do at times. And, you know, I was tossing ideas at the mechanic left and right. We both were like scratching our heads. But the O2 sensor was definitely bad. It did throw a code for the O2 sensor. But, you know, and you can see the throttle body's been gone through. You can see that top has been replaced. It's a newer fuel pressure regulator. That was a few years ago. This is the original throttle body to the truck. And before I got the truck, you can see that somebody's drilled out the plug for the idle screw, because the idle screw is right there. That's what they messed with somewhere. And it was way out of spec. That's one of the reasons why it could never find its idle correctly. So, you know, little by little, you get these things done. So, anyway, guys, I've talked enough on this. I've got work to do, and we'll see you on the next one.